up, guys? We are back. Second half of today's podcast. We're going to preview UFC London. Looking forward to talking about this card with you. Some interesting fights for sure. So we'll go through all of them one by one, break them down. Got our boy Lyle, like I made in the chat. Was Paul's shot? Paul's like probably sleeping right now. Paul's not up at late at night like Marcel. What's up, Kyle? Kai, I should say Kai. We're here. We have to just get it ready. I want to confirm the bout order with. I have to confirm the bout order with Marcel. So, anyways, let's not waste any time. Let's get into the card. Yeah, Antoine, absolutely. All right, let's go through the card one by one. But I want to get your thoughts overall. What do you think of this card overall?
It's okay, man. I'm not too hyped about it, to be really honest. For me, it's like almost the yearly England card with a lot of the same names on it all the damn time. And for me, I know a lot of people over here like the times. For me, it starts I think the prelims are 6 p.m. and the main card starts 9 p.m. I hate those times, because it clogs my whole night pretty much, So I prefer to have it really early or really late, or starting at 10, 11 or 12, But now it's like almost my whole day is gone. So I'm not really too happy about about that all the time, I know a lot of people do over here because it's like fucking prime time, so I get it. But yeah, we'll see, man.
Fair enough. I think the card's okay. I mean, there's some good fights on it, but a lot of filler kind of fights with British fighters that it makes sense. I mean, based on where the card is. So yeah, I think overall, I would say this card's maybe a 6 out of 10. But I'm hoping that it's better than I think going into it. And just another guy giving you props. Marcel did really great, man. I need to pick it up. Okay, man, I'll pick it up. I think I'm still in. It's funny you said that though. I think I'm still in first in Oddsbreaker. Maybe I'm second now, but I think you're pretty good this year. The last two cards are not so good.
Picks better than me, so yeah,
for sure. But last two cards not so great. So I agree with this guy. All right, let's go to the first fight of the night, which I'm kind of surprised it's the first fight of the night, to be honest with you, Marcel. But we have Guram Kutateladze against Kaue Fernandes. I think this fight's pretty good, to be honest with you. And I'm a big Guram fan, obviously. I think we all are. Guram's a big favorite here, no surprise. Minus 425, Kaue plus 330. I mean, I think Guram wins this fight for sure. I know he didn't look amazing against Jordan Vucenic. Obviously, the last couple fights, he's kind of not shown the guy that we saw against Gamrot. The fight with Brenner, not so good either, getting knocked out brutally. But I still think this guy's pretty good, man. And I mean, I just don't rate Kaue Fernandes that high. I don't know about you. He did beat Muhammad Yahya. Just that guy's not good. I just don't believe in this guy really. I think Guram controls the fight. I believe. Go ahead.
And no disrespect to Kaue, but he's like a Brazilian NPC, almost. If you ask even a hardcore fan, I know a lot of guys wouldn't even know who it is,
Yeah.
I think he's okay. We've seen him against Diakese in a super close fight. I felt like he lost that one. Then he came back against Muhammad Yahya, but I don't really rate Muhammad Yahya that high, and he won the fight. And with Guram has been kind of underwhelming, man, in the UFC, but I still think he's pretty decent, I think he should be able to win this fight, that's what I think. I think this guy is not I think his last fight against Jordan Vucenic is a more difficult opponent than this guy is, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm picking Guram. I think he wins a pretty clear decision in this one, so I'm picking Guram.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I mean, I think so too. By the way, we have our good friend Dan Levy from Half the Battle.
What's up, Dan?
So like button gentleman. Dan, what's up, man? Glad to have you here, dude. I don't know if it's a gimme fight. I mean, I think this guy's not horrible. The line it's not crazy. It's minus 425. It's not like it's minus 1,000. Kaue's okay. I think it's a great first fight of the night. I have noticed that the UFC, they've been putting pretty good fights, to start the card off. But I mean, listen, man, that's the way you break down fights. That's awesome. I'm not going to critique your way breaking down fights. Maybe your picks are really good. Actually, I'd love to. Why don't you throw your picks in the chat, and next week we can compare and see how you do against us, right? I think that's fair, right, Marcel?
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, throw your picks in the chat. All you guys. I mean, I'd like to hear everyone's picks, to be honest with you. I don't mean that, I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I actually want to see what your picks are. But anyways, yeah, I'm going with Guram. All right, let's go to the next fight here, Marcel. We got Nathan Fletcher against Caolan Loughran. Caolan Loughran. I always say his first name wrong, but this fight, the odds are pretty close. Minus 142 Fletcher, plus 128 Loughran. You know, I usually do this to you where I'm like, I'm not sure about a fight, so I'm like, you go first. I'll do it again. You go first.
Yeah, difficult, man. These
Yeah.
two fought each other before. Nathan
Yep.
won. It was in the amateur circuit.
Yep.
Caolan really wanted to have this fight, so he was happy that he got it. It's pretty clear he needs to win here. Caolan needs to win because he lost 2 of his 3 fights so far. I think this might be his last one on his contract. I'm not sure. He's former Cage Warriors champion. If you look at Nathan Fletcher, he took that short notice fight against Sigimantas Ramashka. I'm not actually sure if it was short notice. Then it got rebooked, I think, and he got a good win by arm triangle choke in the second round. Lost to Khan Offley in the Ultimate Fighter. Then got injured, I think. Man. This is honestly, this is a close fight to me, but it's so hard, this one, man.
I know, it's really tough.
I think it will be super close. Who's the underdog in this one?
I think actually Loughran opened as a favorite, and I'll double check that. It was, Loughran opened as a favorite. He's a dog now, so the line.
Yeah, give me a dark money.
I
think that's the way to go. So
I can see it too. Go ahead. Sorry, finish, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm completely torn on this fight. I have no idea. Like, I'm just saying that right now. I have no clue. Like, I don't have a great read on either of these fighters. I remember I picked Loughran against, what was the guy's name? Yeah, and it wasn't so good. Major Chip Hazard, Zach says in the chat. That's funny. Guy from was Small Soldiers.
It's like they can do like the actual remake with him and with Marcus McGee from Small Soldiers.
I don't know, guys. Honestly, I don't know. I'm only going to pick Fletcher because they fought before and he won, but it doesn't mean anything because
could have a consensus dog here and he completely blew it.
We'll probably have another one later on, but I'm just like not sure. Like, it could be. He could easily win. It's a really close fight. Very, very tough fight to pick, I think. Yeah, it's tough to pick. Like, to me, I don't even know if these guys are UFC caliber, to be honest. There was actually a pitcher named Kevin Quackenbush. I don't know if you're related to that guy, man. There was a pitcher way back in the day. San Diego Padres, I think he was. And I don't think you're giving me crap at all, man. I'm just saying, like, I'd like to see your picks too. I actually would. But, that's the benefit. You guys get all week to pick them. We throw them up on Sunday, like a week before the fights first, though.
That's true.
And sometimes guys miss weight. It makes you think about it. Like the Dior guy, when he missed by 5 pounds, I was thinking about it a little bit. I'm like, sketchy. But yeah, I actually think it was. Was it really? Is it true? I thought BLL opened it. I looked at what's it called? The FightOdds.io. That's what I was looking at, but I could be wrong. Anyways, yeah, I just completely torn about this fight. All right, next fight here. This fight, Shauna Bannon against Puja Tomar. Not sure if these girls should be in the UFC either, to be honest with you. In this fight, big line movement here, I believe. Yeah, Puja opened as a big favorite, minus 255, and now she is underdog. Odds for this one now: Shauna Bannon, Mama B, minus 185, Puja plus 154. I mean, to be honest, Marcel, this fight really could go either way, I think. But I'm going to go with Shauna Bannon because I think I just can't bet on Puja Tomar. I just don't think she's good at all. I don't think Shauna is either, but if I had to pick one of the two, I'd take Shauna Bannon. I think she'll be able to win the striking here. Again, there's no way in hell you should lay minus 185 on her, man. That's crazy. But I wouldn't even bet on Puja as a dog either. So again, not my best breakdowns here, guys, but these fights are they're very low level and a lot of variance in some of these fights. All the judges will get involved probably in this one too. Probably gonna be like a low level, like medium volume striking fight where the judges like you go either way, and you might see like a shitty takedown mixed in to like steal the round or something. I'll take Shauna Bannon by decision. What do you think?
Yeah, why do you think they made this fight? Why do you think?
For her to win, probably?
Yeah, obviously,
Yeah.
But she can still shit the bed, because I don't think they're both that aren't that great, I think Puja got really lucky in her UFC debut because I think she clearly lost against Rihanna Amanda.
I thought so too.
Yeah, Shauna, she had that debut against Bruna Brazil, which she lost, and then she had a close fight with Alice Ardelean, which she won by split decision. Yeah, this is a beautiful LFA prelim. Shauna Bannon, man, and to be really honest, man, who gives a shit? Yeah, Shauna Bannon is going to win, I think. Probably a close decision again. This will probably be like, not that great, to be honest.
Yeah, by the way, with Antoine, I want to answer this. So Taylor Alves didn't get cut. His contract was finished, and he did an interview with some outlet recently, I think in French or something.
The RMC.
Yeah, and he said that like he's still in talks with them, but he wants to see how much money's out there in the other promotions. So he wasn't cut. I mean, it's a little weird when you see him on roster tracker. We all kind of thought that's what happened, but his contract ended, and they didn't, I guess, give him the deal he wanted. Oh, so you're related to Kevin Quackenbush. He was actually an okay pitcher back in the day, relief pitcher. Permanent link, no, but I don't know. I can look into that. I don't know if it's possible, but we'll see. All right, a couple other comments. Mama B, Punji just screams UFC best talent in the world. Yeah. Blake Abe at the house on Bannon. Blake's a big fan of Shauna Bannon. Aries fight series. This fight's very low level. Marcel, you say about Bannon, Puja's literally the only Indian women's fighter. Puja Marcin gets built. I think UFC wants Puja to win. Possibly. I kind of feel like marketability wise, like they probably want Bannon to win. She's a pretty good looking girl, man, right? So
not my type, but I mean, Puja Tomar, yeah, maybe, man. But I think that, listen, man, no disrespect to the Indian market, but I mean, call me one good Indian fighter. You're probably going to say Arjun Bhullar, but he's not in the UFC.
Read this one.
Yeah, okay.
So Blake's into her. That's okay.
That's okay. Maybe he can do like a triple date along with Crazy Calf,
Not enough Chester. Oh God, you guys are being mean here.
I don't have a lot, but you can see it if you want.
I'm just covered in it. It's bad.
But Adam is from Greek. Adam is Greek. All these Greeks have great.
I gotta do that. Like the scene in what's it called? 40-Year-Old Virgin, where he gets the wax. I gotta do that one of these days. Someone's gotta wax me. Name a good Indian fighter. Mansoor Kara.
Yeah, Mansoor Kara is pretty decent.
I was gonna say that guy, Jubilee. It's not that good. And that other guy that got Sirota or whatever, Kiru Sirota.
Yeah, who got knocked out.
Knocked out like crazy. What's the other guy? There was a guy back in the day. He fought. Tree or something. He fought Song Yadong. Remember that guy? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There was another guy before. Barrett Kandari.
Yeah, Bharat Kandari. Yeah,
whatever. However you say it. He wasn't good. And then Arjun Bhullar, but he's Canadian too.
He got suspended also for 2 years, I think, Bharat Kandari.
He never came back. Mr. Nice Guy, what's up, man? I appreciate that, dude. Thanks so much, man. Great Kali. There you go. Wrestler guy. All right, let's go to the next fight here. Christian Leroy Duncan against Andrey Pulyaev. Odds for this one, Duncan's a big favorite. Yeah, minus 550, Pulyaev plus 410. So Pulyaev, again, big underdog. He was against Liam Anderson, a contender. He was a dog and won that fight. Yeah, I'm taking Christian Leroy Duncan. I think everyone will. He's the better fighter. He should win this fight. Yeah, I think he pretty much controls this fight on the feet for the most part. I was really disappointed against Gregory Rodriguez, but Gregory Rodriguez is a very good fighter. His chin's not that great, but he's very skilled. I don't think Pulyaev will be able to take him down, so it's going to take place at the feet. And I think Duncan's going to be able to control the fight. Maybe knock him out, but I think a decision probably. So I like Duncan definitely in this fight. What do you think?
I thought Pulyaev fight in Katana series was not really great to watch, and I also thought that Christian Leroy Duncan looked really bad against Gregory Rodriguez last time, Not too interested in this fight, to be honest. I think Duncan wins. I'm going with a decision here, a boring decision. I think he wins. So, yeah, that's my pick. I'm not really into this fight at all, to be really honest. It feels like they want to have Christian back on track.
You didn't want it. You didn't want that guy to get signed by a contender, right? Pulyaev.
Yeah.
You didn't think so?
No, I have nothing against him.
Well, Dana looked at it. He's like, well, he's a big underdog. He won. We have to pick him. Right?
Yeah, that always annoys me. That's such a bullshit reason to pick somebody,
He looked okay. I mean, he looked okay. Like, I think he's decent, but I think Duncan's still good. Like, despite the loss against Rodriguez. But yeah.
Listen, no disrespect, man, but I think the UFC should go back to more quality over quantity. Like in the beginning of the Contender series, you had maybe 1 or 2 signees every episode.
Yeah.
Maybe that was a little bit less.
Yeah.
If you have really good guys on it, but sometimes, man, they just like, oh yeah, we can use a heavyweight. Yeah, let's sign him. He sucked for 3 rounds, but we're gonna sign him. Oh, we can use that guy for over a month in the Apex. He fucking sucked, but let's sign him. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
My opinion.
We get a couple of comments here, by the way. Do you think Christian's worth minus 550? I think he wins. The lines, you're paying a premium. I mean, for sure, you're paying a premium on him. I think he wins a decision. CLD's overrated. It's scary. Got beat by Petrosian. I mean, to be fair, Petrosian also beat Rodriguez, although I thought Gregory should have won that decision.
Yeah, I agree.
But Petrosian's a decent striker. It's not like he's a complete scrub, But I mean, looking back in hindsight, not a great loss for sure. So I can forgive him though for the Rodriguez fight. That was to me at the time. I think it was a small upset. I'm pretty sure he was favored to win that fight. Was he not? I'm pretty sure.
I think he will sleep better now that you have forgiven
Duncan
him.
was favored against Rodriguez, so yeah, he's been I think a favorite in all his fights. Pretty sure. Hasn't won decision yet. Caolan or bust. Yeah. Maybe he does win by knockout. Then we'll see. But hey, it sounds like you like the underdog here. Maybe take a shot on him. He's 4-1, right? So
who likes the underdog?
Maybe the Gary guy in the chat. I mean that respectfully. Like,
yeah, go ahead.
He's got a path. Take a shot on the dog, right?
Yeah.
You did last week with Vera. You're like, hey, I think this guy's a better chance of the odds. I'm going to take a gamble. Remember? Mm-hmm. All right. Dan's a fetish for signing female fighters. Remember when he signed Daniel Wolf. Dan, she wasn't great. Oh, you like CLD by knockout. Fair enough. Yeah. Base Marcel rant. He's often quite based on here. So she did. Daniel Wolf fought once in the UFC. Yeah, she fought. Who was it again? Can't remember. Was it Norma? She fought Norma, right?
Yeah. Brazilian chick. I want to say Norma. Yeah.
Norma Dumont, right? Tulio's girl.
Yeah.
Oh, you bet on Vera. There you go. Well, thank Marcel. I didn't pick him, but I thought Musasa would win. I was wrong about that. All right, let's go to the next fight here, guys. We got Marcin Tybura taking on Mick Parkin, heavyweight fight. Odds for this one, we got Tybura minus 118, Parkin minus 102. Pretty close odds. And yeah, the money's been coming on Mick Parkin.
So who's the favorite?
Marcel Tybura. No, Tybura is a small favorite. Hit the button for me. I'm going to take a dog. I'll take a dog on this one. I'll take Mick Parkin. I'll take him to win this fight. I mean, it's risky because obviously Tybura's got, great ground game. We know that. And he's tough, man. And he's been in the UFC for a long time. Tons of experience. I still think Mick Parkin's on a nice roll here. 10-0 undefeated. And, earlier that, Kai, you were saying you had your ranking of ways you pick fights. Well, one of the things I always look at is momentum. And this guy's on a roll. 4 straight wins, had a great knockout in his last fight. I don't think he's amazing, but I think if he keeps this fight standing, I think he's the better striker, and I think he can chin Tybura. So it's risky because Tybura, if he gets takedowns, he'll control this fight. But I think Mick can keep it standing and knock him out. And Mick's trained with Tom Aspinall, so you think he's working on his ground game, his takedown defense. You would hope. I think he can chin Tybura. I'm taking a dog shot here. What do you think?
I mean, Connor trained with Gunnar Nelson, and both can only grapple or strike. So you mean
who was fighting on this card, by the way?
Yeah,
we'll talk about him in a few minutes.
I don't know about this one, man. Listen, man, if Tybura fights like an idiot he did against Jonathan Diniz, that would be stupid, But I think Tybura can do well in the fight. And I haven't been impressed by Mick Parkin. Yeah, he knocked out Lucas Dresky, who didn't, Walter Walker didn't. But I'm thinking Tybura, man, by decision. I think Parkin can win the fight. I think it's a good pick probably by you to pick him as a dog. But I don't know, man. This is for me almost like an equal matchup. I feel like
the line is pretty close, to be fair. Yeah,
I'm going with Tybura. I feel better going with Tybura, and I feel probably stupid next week. So, but I'm going with Tybura.
We'll see. Our boy Matthew's taking Parkin too. True likes Parkin. It looks like Antoine likes Parkin. There's a Tybura pick. So a little bit split in the comments. Go to the next fight here. We got Lonnie Kavanagh taking on Felipe dos Santos. Flyweight fight. I think it should be a fun fight. 2 young guys. Minus 340 on Kavanagh, plus 270 dos Santos. Yeah, I mean, again, you're paying a premium here on Kavanagh. Undefeated prospect. I do think he wins the decision. That's my pick in this one. I think it'll be somewhat competitive, though. His fight with the Ochoa guy was very competitive. Wasn't a blow up by any means. And I think this one will be somewhat close, too. So, again, that line is I mean, this fight's probably going the distance, and the judges are going to get involved. So, keep that in mind. But I like this guy. I think he's got good striking, and I think he can win the decision here. So that's my pick, Marcel. I think he gets the job done in a somewhat close fight. What do you think?
So, Felipe dos Santos, he fought 3 times in the UFC, And the funny thing is, like, the only fight he won is a fight that I thought he lost. So that was against Victor Altamirano. So I think the best fight he looked so far was probably in the cup fight, the one he lost. He made his debut and then he lost. Lona Kavanagh had a great win over Antoine Ho in the Contender Series. Fought against Ochoa last time. Was a fun fight, close fight. Still think Kavanagh won pretty clear in my opinion. I think he wins here as well, probably by decision. Won't be a finish. Decision win for Lona Kavanagh here for me.
Yeah. All right, let's go then. Antoine Ho. It's like your first name, Antoine, just the Chinese version, right? Is he Chinese, Antoine Ho? I can't remember. He is, right?
I think Vietnamese, I think.
Oh, yeah, sorry, sure. my mistake. I didn't mean that in the wrong way. But yeah. It's just because his name's Antoine, too. He's Vietnamese. Good call. He might get another shot. I mean, he's fighting another Natividad kid. There's like 10 of those Natividad guys, Marcel. There's so many of them.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next fight here, guys. We have Jai Herbert taking on Chris Padilla. It's the main event of the prelims. I honestly feel like it probably should have been Tybura and Parkin, but whatever. Anyways, this fight, I mean, it could be a fun fight. Two strikers for the most part, right? Two guys are going to stand trade. We got odds on this one. Jai Herbert, slight favorite, -130. Padilla, +110 underdog. What do you think?
I hate you for letting me go first with this one, because yeah, I know you do that. Jai Herbert, I mean, he got a good win last time, finally again, Rolando Bedoya again, He's super inconsistent, man, Jai Herbert. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, he looks really good, then he loses out of nowhere. I'm like, that Ludovic Klein one, he could have won that one if he didn't get a point deduction. I think that was almost 2 years ago, and it was also in London, by the way. If you look at Chris Padilla, 2-0 in the UFC, got that great win against Hamas Jean Top in his debut on 4 days' notice or something, And against Rong Zhu, I think he was losing until he got that great shot where the doctor stopped the fight, because
although to be fair, I mean, like after Rong Zhu's last fight, I mean that win looks even better, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And I think he's an underdog, Padilla here. Fuck it, man. I'm going with him. He's probably going to lose now, but I'm going with him.
We have a consensus dog, baby. Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Finally. Yeah. Marcel, I've never been sold in Jai Herbert. I've never been sold in this guy.
I feel the same way.
And the reason it's crazy, but I remember the fight on Fight Island when he fought Trinaldo, and I took him I think he was a dog, or maybe he was a favorite. I can't remember. But I remember being like, the Dan Hardy, yeah. But I remember taking him in that fight, and I was like, this guy's going to win this fight. Trinaldo's old, he's chinny. And he drops Ronaldo, and then I'm like, oh, this is easy. And then he gets fucking clocked in the third round. I've always been like, damn, this guy's just someone I never want to bet against. But he's definitely got power. We've seen that. I mean, he dropped Tybura. That was crazy, that head kick. We've seen him get some knockouts. He's got good striking, the Black Country banger, But I think he's beatable. I really think he's beatable.
Now I picked Padilla. Are you more convinced now? No, I picked him.
No, I'm picking Padilla for sure because I just feel like he's so underrated, man. Like he's got so much experience too. And again, like I wasn't sure coming into the UFC. I'm not saying he's going to be a champion, but I don't think he will. But like he's solid, I think he's solid and he's looked decent in the UFC. He is hittable though, and that's the risk here, and that's why he's the underdog because Herbert's a good striker. This guy's hittable, but fuck it, man. I feel like he's pretty tough too, and I think he can. You think he knocks him out? You think he knocks out Herbert or decision?
It's possible. It's very possible. I think
Herbert's a bit chinny. He's a bit chinny, Maybe decision. Anyways, I'm taking the dog. I'm taking Taco.
Now you'll see Jai looks amazing.
Screw saying he's old. He's the same age as me, man. 36.
Yeah, so he's old.
We're getting old. Yeah, we're getting old. Jai's a worse, chinnier version of Leon. Yeah, he's okay. The Klein fight, that was like a bad fight for Klein when you think about it because he was draw, right? That was Klein's like worst fight.
And it was because Herbert got a point deduction. Otherwise, Herbert would have won, I think.
Yep. All right, let's go to the next fight. This is the main card. Nathaniel Wood against Morgan Charriere. And odds for this one, Charriere is -170, Wood +142. And the odds makers actually opened Wood as the favorite, which, I mean, that was wrong, obviously.
You
the
go
line's
first.
flipped. No, I'm taking Charriere. I think he wins the decision here. Wood's obviously very experienced. He's tough. We know that. But, I think Charriere is on the rise of the two fighters. I thought he beat Chepe. He'd be on a nice little 3-fight win streak in the UFC with that. He has won 3 bonuses, though, either way. He's looked good. Wood's obviously very experienced. I think I think he's a decent fighter. I've always liked him. I still remember that John Dodson fight, though, where I was convinced he got clocked. was crazy. But yeah, I think Charriere probably wins it. The crazy thing though is like decision wise, he doesn't really win decisions because he often loses split decisions. It's crazy. Kind of leaning maybe a decision here for him, but I think he can maybe catch Wood. I don't know. I think Charriere wins. I think he wins. What do you think? Dog, there you go.
The dog here, man. I mean, I think this will be a very close fight. I think Charriere is pretty good. I like him a lot. But I also think Wood is good, and I think he's fucking tough.
Yeah.
I feel like this might be a fight of the night in this one. I think it goes toe to toe with some wrestling in between, but I think will be a lot of striking and going. I think it will be a fucking close fight, and we're in London, man. English guy against a French guy. People will be backing Nathaniel Wood in this one. I'm going split decision for Nathaniel Wood here. I think it goes to a decision.
Fair enough. All right, that's an interesting bet. If you could do that, that'd be an interesting bet. Yeah, I like Charriere. How much longest drive competing? Everyone keeps saying 36 is old. I'm 36, man. I don't feel like super old, but these are MMA fighters. Guy's also very hittable. He's probably got maybe 1 or 2 more years left, but I could see him fighting in Cage Warriors later on in his career too. He'd go back there. Let's go to the next fight here. We got Jordan Vucenic against Chris Duncan, the other Chris Duncan, with the shorter name here. Odds for this one, Vucenic.
Also crazy.
Yeah, minus 360 plus 285 in Duncan. What do you think of the odds?
Fucking horrible and crazy. Really, really bad.
Vucenic open at minus 160, so money's been pouring in on him, obviously.
Really bad, to be honest. Chris Duncan is not a slouch or anything.
Yeah.
Jordan Vucenic, he's talented. He came in short notice in the UFC against Guram Kutateladze. Almost got it done, I think. He was doing pretty well in the later part of the fight. But, he didn't win. The thing is, he fought some good fighters and Cage Warriors, but he also fought some guys, who shouldn't have fought him, at a certain moment, that they couldn't fight any opponent for him. I think he's pretty decent. If you look at Chris Duncan, he got one loss in the UFC against Manuel Torres, where he got submitted really quickly. I think against Bulaji Oki, he didn't look great. That's maybe also where the odds come from, but he got to win with a guillotine. A really weird fight was that. Fuck, man, I'm going with the underdog, man. I'm going with Chris Duncan. Yeah, I think Chris Duncan can win the fight. I don't understand why there's such a big gap in the odds. I'm shocked, to be honest. I would have think that would be more of a pick him, but fuck, I'm going with Chris Duncan. He wins the decision here, man.
Yeah, hit the button then, because you did take a big dog, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, this one's definitely the odds are too high. I'll just say that right now. And I was looking at Duncan as a dog. I think he's got a chance. I don't think I can get there, Marcel, with you, unfortunately. I don't think I can do it. I'm going to go with the slightly younger fighter here, Vucenic, who, I think he could probably crack Duncan. That's the only thing with Duncan. I like him, but he is hittable, and I think that Vucenic probably can catch him here. But at minus 360, fuck that. I'm passing. Some of these favorites are really juiced, man. Like CLD, Vucenic, even Bannon. Some of them are really juiced up. So Lonnie, be careful in this card. I could see one of these big favorites losing and your parlay just going crashing into steam, Marcel. I'll take Vucenic, but yeah, the odds are pretty high. Let's go to the next fight here. We got Molly McCann taking on Alexia Tainara, short notice replacement. The odds makers made a boo-boo here. They opened McCann as minus 426 favorite, Tainara plus 326 dog, and the line's flipped. And now Tainara is a minus 198 favorite, McCann plus 164 dog. So yeah, if you got that plus 326, holy shit, Marcel. Crazy, eh?
Yeah.
I think Tainara, I got to pick her. I can't take Molly McCann. I'm not picking Molly McCann. I would have taken her against Estela Nunes just because Estela, I think she would have won that fight against the 0-4 girl, Marcel. But this fight, I think Tainara is very talented, and I think she can win a decision here. And I kind of feel like it might look like the Bruna Brazil fight, Marcel, potentially, where she just, gets battered around the cage, McCann. But, at the same time, it is short notice. And, yeah, I think she was going to win a decision here. But it's, if you got the dog money, that's amazing. But now you have to lay almost 2-1. I'm not sure if I would do that. But I think Tainara wins a decision. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm also going with Tainara, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even considering going with Estela Nunes, man, to be really honest. So, I'm going with Tainara here in this fight. I think Molly got a harder fight, to be honest.
I think so too. Bro, she looks so bad against Bruna Brazil too. I can't really get that out of my mind. And the fights that she did win that were such gifted matchups, man. The thing is, though, I think even if she loses here, she won't get cut. They'll keep her around. They love her. Yeah, it's crazy, right? These odds were nuts. Crazy odds. They screwed up on that one. But the openers are like, yeah, pretty much. The openers are low anyways. Was it $250? Maybe 500. It's not much. So they basically get some information and they flip it. All right, let's go to the next fight here. We got Gunnar Nelson taking on Kevin Holland. Gunny's the favorite. Marcel -142. Holland +120. Well, I don't love betting on guys that are coming off like layoffs, like Gunnar is 2-year layoff, but like
he always does it.
Stylistically, man, I have to pick him here, dude. I think he wins this fight. Like I think Kevin Holland has some of the worst takedown defense in this division. He's just terrible, 53% overall in the UFC, and welterweight's been really bad. And I just think he'll get taken down here. And I think he'll get submitted quickly. Like we've seen him get submitted 3 times in the UFC. Gunnar's got the best ground game probably in the division, maybe or best submission game, I should say, one of the best. And his striking's not bad. Gunnar's got good striking too. Just the problem with Gunnar, he never fights. He's fought twice in the last 6 years, so that's the concern. It's the layoffs and getting up there in age. He's another 36-year-old guy, but I'm not taking Kevin Holland. I'm taking Gunnar Nelson, and I think he submits him. And that's what I thought when the fight got announced. And it's what I think now. The Icelandic native, I'm taking him, Marcel. What do you think?
Unless Holland knocks him out early, I think Gunnar Nelson will take him down and probably submit him. So I'm also with you. I'm also going with Gunnar Nelson. I don't have anything else to add, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing it, guys. Like, and I think with Kevin's not getting cut. He's not getting cut. The UFC loves this guy. He fights all the time, fights every 3 months. But I will say this: he makes a lot of money. We've seen his paydays have been like disclosed. Marcel, he makes like $300,000 a fight or something. Like he makes a lot of money. It sure seems like he doesn't care that much sometimes in there. But yeah, grapplers are like his kryptonite, dude. I remember when I bet on Kyle Dawkins. And Dawkins beat him, and Danberg they like overturned the fight. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I was like, fuck, this sucks. But yeah, I'm definitely taking Nelson. All right, co-main event: Jan Blachowicz taking on Carlos Ulberg, light heavyweight fight. Ulberg, big favorite, -245. Jan +200. I'll let you start on this one. I have a feeling who you're going to pick, but I'll let you start.
Who do you think I'm going to pick?
I think you're going to take the dog. I think you're going to take Jan. Am I right?
Oh yeah, so
I knew it. I knew you would. Go ahead.
It's a 3-round fight.
It is, yeah.
I think Jan can do well with his grappling probably in this fight. Listen, if he's going to strike with Ulberg like crazy, Ulberg probably is able to catch him. But I think Ulberg looked really good against Özdemir last time. I got to give him credit for that. But man, Jan, I know Jan is old. Still, Jan can do it, I think. It depends on how he comes back after the injury, I think. But yeah, I like Jan a lot in this fight, man, to be honest. I think Jan can win the decision here. So it's either like finish for Ulberg or Jan decision. I'm going Jan decision.
No, I'm on the other side. I'm taking Ulberg for sure. Like I can't. I love Jan. He's one.
Yeah, you have a man crush on Ulberg. You.
No, I have a man crush on Jan. I love the guy, dude. He's been one of my guys over the years. Like, listen. You talk about betting on underdogs. Jan's been a guy that's cashed us all the time. Like he's cashed so many times as a dog. So I don't blame you for taking a shot. Like I remember I took him against Israel. He was like +250 or something in that fight. Like I was all over him in that one. But 42 years old, like True mentions in the chat. He's the 3rd oldest fighter in the UFC. The first oldest is he's the 2nd oldest. The first is Pichel, and then him and Thompson are like a few weeks apart or something. So 42 years old. Coming off and again, another layoff. This one's injuries. I think with Gunnar, he had another kid or something. It's a little different. Like Jan had double shoulder surgery, right? Like a long time off the cage. I will say this though, he's the most experienced guy in the division. His last loss was a close split with Carriere. He also had that draw with Magomed. Those fights don't look so bad in hindsight, right? But it's just 2 years off, injuries, age. Durability's a little bit not as good as it used to be, I think. Ulberg, and again, momentum, 7 straight wins. And the only loss was to Kennedy in his debut, where he was beating the shit out of Kennedy. He landed 146 significant strikes, and then he gassed out. It was his first fight in the UFC. And the funny thing was, Marcel, the main event of that card was Blachowicz and Adesanya. That was his debut. And now 4 years later, he gets to fight the former champion here. 7 straight wins. I think he makes it 8 in a row. And to be honest with you, I think maybe if he looks impressive, I wouldn't be surprised if he got the next shot after Pereira gets his rematch. Could you see that happening? If Ulberg wins?
Why not?
Because the 8 straight wins, you can't deny the guy, I don't think anyways. I think he can win, but we'll see. We'll see, guys. All right, next fight, last fight, main event. We got Leon Edwards taking on Sean Brady. Odds for this one have Sean is minus 155 favorite. Leon's plus 130.
You go first.
Leon actually opened as a small favorite in this one. Brady is small underdog. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a competitive fight. I'm leaning. Hit the button for me. I'll take the dog in this one too. I'm thinking Leon. I think Leon can win a decision in this fight. I like the fact he's fighting at home. I like the full camp. I also feel like he really had an off performance that night against Bilal. I think fighting in the middle of the night really did screw him up a little bit. I know he's talked about that. People said it's an excuse, but this is the guy who had won or undefeated in over 10, 12, 13 fights in a row. Like he had not really shown too many holes. And obviously to be fair, I guess his takedown defense is not the best. And I think Brady would be, smart to take him down here, obviously. It is the bigger cage though. I think Edwards can evade some of those takedowns in the bigger cage. We'll see. But even Bilal, I know a lot of people say the fight last time, Bilal clearly won. I mean, no doubt. But it wasn't if you look at the scorecards, because of round by round scoring MMA, it was somewhat close. It was 48-47. It wasn't a complete blowout. So even though it was a bad performance by Edwards, it was still somewhat close on the scorecards. Because optically, it didn't look good for him. But yeah, I mean, Brady's good. I mean, I've liked Brady forever. I think he's really good. I've picked him in pretty much all of his fights, including against Bilal where he got knocked out. I think this might be my first time not picking Sean Brady in a fight, which is crazy, Marcel. I think it is, actually. So this is coming from a guy that really likes Sean Brady. But I think Leon, he can win his dog. I think he can get the job done at home. Decision, 5-round decision. Leon's the king of 5 rounds, man. He has so many 5-round fights. I know Brady looked amazing against Gilbert Burns. Also, this is somewhat short notice for Sean Brady, right? Isn't it? He took it on, a month's notice or something? So, we'll see what happens, guys. I'm assuming a lot of you guys will like Sean Brady in this fight. If you want to throw in the chat your picks, I'm assuming you guys will like Sean. But yeah, I'm going to take Leon. What do you think?
Do you see this button here?
You're taking the dog? You're taking
No.
Leon?
We don't need it for this week anymore.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, we're taking Sean Brady here.
Okay.
Sean Brady, he can get takedowns. He can get Leon down.
Yeah.
And listen, Leon is okay ground game, but Brady's a lot better. I think Leon obviously has a striking advantage.
Yeah.
But I think even Brady can finish him if he wants on the ground. But I'm going with a decision win for Brady. Yeah, that's what I think. When I saw the fight, I was thinking Brady. I thought stylistically this fight is much more difficult than the Jack Della fight for Leon, to be honest. Stylistically, I don't say that Jack wouldn't win against Leon, but just I don't think Brady has a fun style for Leon to fight. And man, I think Brady wins. I've never, Leon, I always respected him, but I've never been high on him. You know that. I always said it in the podcast. So yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, I think it's a competitive fight for sure, but I'm going to take the former champion here. I had a question here from Kai. My question to you guys is, if Prime Colby's better than Brady, why does Leon beat Colby and doesn't beat Brady? Well, I don't think the Colby he fought was Prime Colby, to be fair. But I'm picking Leon, so. Bilal, Canelo, Muhammad. Yeah, that was crazy. Preview just went to Frank Lynch. Brady decisions. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I watched James's preview. New Dad Energy. I was thinking, you know what? I'm not gonna lie, Zach. I was thinking about that because I remember when Jan beat Israel, he was like a new dad, and I was like, the New Dad Energy is something. It is something, man. You want to put food on the table for the kids. How do you guys think Amosov against Leon and Sean? I think Amosov's good, but I don't know if he gets a top 5 guy right away. He might get a great guy. There's a lot of good fighters in the UFC, though, man. I also feel like Jason Jackson would be a good fighter in the UFC. Was Perez a new dad? Maybe, but he's also not great. When Leon took Kamaru, he's taking down Usman and Colby for sure. If Brady wins to get the next title shot, I don't think so, right? It would be – I think Shavkat's still next in line. I also feel like Protez, if he destroys Jeff Neal, the UFC might fast-track him too. I could see that, Marcel. They like him. He could smoke a cigarette on his next opponent. There we go. Anyways, overall, I think this card's okay. I'm looking forward to it now after we previewed it. So
they should have put Protez on the UFC Des Moines card because after the fight he can smoke a ciggy with Figgy.
That's funny. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here though, but a little bit of a shorter show here to finish off the week. But 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern, I'm tired and I want to get out of here. So appreciate everyone who joined us. We'll be back next weekend, guys, to recap UFC London, and we'll preview UFC. What is it? UFC Mexico City. So that'll be next week. Have a great week, guys. We'll see you next week. Peace. Oh, damn it. Oh, I thought
you're still alive. You're still alive.